Hi, everybody. I like to speak freely in Hungarian and in Italian, but now I will follow my notes what I wrote yesterday over the skies. And please forgive me for my Italo-Hungarian pronunciation. And some mistakes, but will do well for my humbleness. So I'm using armband also speaking. I'm a Catholic priest from Hungary, and for me, it is not easy to believe that I am here, because 2 years ago, I didn't know anything about armband. To remain by the truth, I saw the book in Hungarian, I bought it, and it was lying on the desk for 2 months with other books. And then, in December, I began to read the book, and I experienced something very strange. I was feeling me loved through the book, as never in my life. I said, oh, that's interesting. It was good, but it was new. So, I find the website in the book, and I went to the website. I looked the mission statement. Oh, it was good. Then I looked the faces, and the first thing was touched me, that as I was saying 3 generations. Yes, I know, they are only 2. But Rachel seemed me so young that I was thinking she's a granddaughter from Neil and Janet. I said, if also the children and grandchildren are accepting armband, what the parents are teaching, that must be something good. And I was right. I subscribed me to the newsletter, and after 2 weeks arrived the first one, sharing shortly the story of Anthony, who experienced great freedom reading the book and then receiving prayer. And after his experience, he offered a generous donation to spread the book Armband and Libertad. I read this news, and I knew that in 1 week we will have the Hungarian National Pastoral and Theological Meeting. I said, oh, it will be very good to spread the book. Then I was collecting for 2 days courage to write. And I can imagine the faces when arrived a letter with a poor English from a strange man from the other corner of the world asking for money and saying that he is a priest. But then they realized that I'm really a priest. And after some letters, some email changes, Neil said yes. And so we gave 80 books for each priest who was attending this, our national conference. That was my first touch with Armband, or with Armband team. Then we asked for other books of Neil to translate them, and at that point, Neil offered to have a conference in Hungary. Indeed, we were in March, and I asked for help several priests, friends of me, and charismatic communities, and everybody said that it is impossible to organize the training and conference in such a short time. Yes. But I knew one thing. If we are not doing now, that time, also next year, we will have enough excuses not to do. So I decided to go ahead. So it was the first Hungarian Armband conference with 250 participants at the first weekend of June 2016 in Budapest, in the building of the Hungarian Bishop Conference. Really, the main door to enter into the Hungarian Catholic Church. just during the conference, some people ask me, when will be next conference? I said, I am very tired. Please ask me later. And really, later I asked Matt if will be somebody in Europe, because I knew from Matt that he can come only during the summertime, if will be somebody in Europe able to do a training and conference. And he didn't answer me, but sent this email with his words to the European national leaders, and everybody said yes. 2 yeses will be a training and conference. 6 yeses was the first European national leader meeting in Hungary. Then I asked Matt again if he would give a training and conference in summer 2017. He answered me, Father Steven, you are challenging me. I shared it with Gosha, and she said, you can challenge them. Indeed, it was appointed and ordained a new bishop in Hungary, and he wanted unbound in his diocese. They were trained just leaders in 2 cities of his diocese. So, as Matt arrived the second time to Hungary, we had the training and conference in the bishop's home with 150 people because the room was for so many people. Again, the main door to enter in the Hungarian Catholic Church. And they, the bishop and his helpers, wrote an abundant and very beautiful report about the unbound training and conference in an online news of the Hungarian Catholic Church and also in written newspapers. Accidentally, I heard once that accidentally means that God is working in incognito. Accidentally, I was thinking, but now I heard from Jen that we were not to invent it because we invented, I can say, we was thinking that we had invented the mobile house of mercy. I was going in the town where I was growing up, and I offered for the people, if there are some people, they are 2 leaders, and I offered, if there are some people who read the book, or they will read, until I am coming, I can pray for them. And they signed up 15 people, so for 2.5 days, I was praying for them. And in October, we had the first Unbound conference in Hungarian language in Romania, where I was born, in the same room where I, as a high school student, from week to week, received the freedom from God to say yes to God, to God's call to the priesthood. And again, the main door, because in that diocese, the parish priest is the responsible for the pastoral work of the diocese. 2 short things about confessions. After Unbound, I can listen to the confessions in other way. Earlier, when people said things as, Father, I have a nervous character. I was feeling that something is wrong, but I don't know what to say. And now I am asking with a very innocent face, do you really mean that God was creating nervous men and women? Until now, nobody said yes. The second one, a woman said she wanted to have a deeper relationship with one of his brothers because he is not calling the brothers and sisters, and also if they are calling him, he's saying goodbye after a short conversation. I said to her, before you want to help him, you have to forgive him. And she answered me, I'm not angry with him. And at that point, I get in trouble. Because I knew that she was right. She said the truth. But I was also sure that she has to forgive for her brother. Then shortly and quickly, I prayed, oh God, I'm in trouble. Please help him. And I asked a question, do you feel rejected from your brother? And weeping, she answered me, yes. Armband is working, yes. Thank you very much.